what if that pain and the thing that you're avoiding is the exact thing that you need in order to get to the next level, in order to move forward from where you're at, the medicine you actually need? Because when we get triggered by something, that immense raw emotion, it's really not even the person, place, or thing. It's what it represents to us, the feelings that we harbor from within. And earlier today, because I love expanding my consciousness and knowledge, and I keep taking multiple seminars from different types of amazing motivational speakers and coaches, especially the Tony Robbins ones. That one was great. The last 3 days, it was like 2 weeks ago or a week by now. Point is I'm always doing this so I can get the best information to share in my own way, and because I too have gone through these struggles. And whenever I've realized something is triggering me, it's not because it's the person or what they're wearing, or I can hardly even think right now on what's going on because I'm so fixated on Ventie's hair. And maybe, let's say you're a woman who's dated men with long hair and they have some God complex, or they think they look like Jesus, right? And maybe you're triggered by that because you had a bad relationship, which created a belief. And these triggers are usually deeply rooted beliefs within us. Now, our beliefs work on this focus. It's called BETDAR. Matt Schaefer, one of my favorite motivational speakers and coaches, that actually I did purchase a course that he did sell me on because it's amazing, a while back. And it starts like this. You have your beliefs, which will then create certain emotions and feelings, right? BETDAR. So BETDAR. So we have our beliefs, emotions, feelings, which will lead to thoughts. Now, these thoughts create stories about your reality, right? Now that you've dated one person that looks like Jesus Christ, they all suck. All men suck. All men and women suck because of your past relationships. And either, on top of that, actually we'll get onto that in a little bit. So you create this story with those thoughts, and those thoughts will create the decisions that you end up taking, well, choosing to take, right? We got to take action on them. So it will create a decision, and then you take action. So this is the DAR part, DAR. And then the action will equal the result. That becomes the full circle, right? And by full circle, that result, if you see the same freaking result, it'll just reinforce the belief that all men and women suck. So let's say you do have this consistent, horrible pattern of dating people who are unavailable, or they just don't treat you right. You're going to go two ways with this. Either you're going to take as little as you can because your need for love and validation is so much more important than you setting boundaries, or you're going to choose never to date again. like you're going to take less than 100%. You're going to take anything less than a fuck yes to fulfill your need for validation and approval, or you're going to go right ahead. And if you're a woman who's sick and tired of dating men, you may step more into your masculine and do things yourself and may not need another man in your life. You may not want to be with another person. And this goes for men too. You may just not want to date, right? So you go in this very hermit mode. And because of these two patterns, right, that we've created here, that create a story, it's in reinforcing our belief. And because we're constantly wondering, why am I alone? Why do all men and women suck? It's creating this consistent reinforcement pattern. Because once you have that breakup, unless it's so painstakingly painful, like you're a vampire getting driven with a stake through your heart, through your chest, which it kind of feels like that when you're, getting broken up with. Or maybe you thought this was the one. Turns out they played you all along. Silly vampire. They turned into a bat. They weren't really human. Just playing. I get it. I've been there. Point is like, if we don't create change in our lives, with these patterns to better ourselves and to realize like what this person is doing or triggering us with, or why we keep experiencing these things, we're not going to allow ourselves to learn how to communicate better, how to set proper boundaries, and look for a healthy partner. And then also, if you have a belief around that, well, you're not a good person and you're not lovable, and then you don't even love yourself, and I'm so sorry, you beautiful, sweet soul, if you think that way. You are absolutely worthy of the inherent love that the universe can give. And there's so much love here for you. Okay? If you believe that, though, if you believe that you are not worthy, and you're going to go ahead and try to find somebody who that's going to be good enough for you. Like, you get into a healthy relationship. Well, if you don't have a healthy relationship within yourself, how do you think you're going to sustain that healthy relationship with the other person? And then you may get triggered. Why isn't it working? You may actually self-destruct and try to avoid this person. Maybe you'll cheat on them. Maybe you'll do something bad to end the relationship because you don't think you're worthy of it. And you have to start looking at those triggers within yourself. Like, what is this person representing to me? A healthy relationship. Someone who actually loves themselves, who isn't avoidant, who doesn't have an attachment style. Like, they're literally the beautiful, thing where they're aligned and in balance. And that may trigger you. Just like when I wanted to make YouTube videos like this and just channel messages or motivate and do this and help in my own way. And roll up my sleeves so I can get those curls for the girls. That masculine ego kicking in. Not really, I just kind of like the way it looks, so it looks cool. Point is, what was the point? I actually was losing my... Damn it, curls for the girls. Ugh. Where were we, yo? Something about, like, you not being worthy, and then, like... See, interruption to your own flow state is crazy, y'all. Yo, this isn't even the message I really wanted to share. It was something else about the higher self today. So I don't know how this came out. We're going to roll with it. Anyway, maybe that's all we needed for the time being. Yeah, I really can't piece it together. There was something really, really important, and now it's going to be like, whoa, what the heck? Oh, something about that they represent to you. And they're in balance and you're not. Oh yeah, YouTube videos. Okay. We're back, baby. Hey, thank you for holding with me. If you were here, here's a round of applause. Cat claws. Oh, look, it's a cat. Well, yeah, it's a cat. Okay, so YouTube videos, right? There's people that do this stuff. I'm not the only one. And when I used to look at people express themselves fully and like their magical higher self personas and they're just sharing this love and light and all this amazing stuff, and it's like it's helping me through my journey. I'm like, man, I know I have these intuitive abilities. I know I have psychic abilities. I want to start sharing these things, and I want to start sharing my story and honoring my voice and expressing myself and showing up this way. And you know what? When I saw those people living like that, I was triggered. Even though like I'm totally not judgmental and I love people, but when I would watch a video on my own, I'd be like feeling this anxious anxiety kind of. I'd be like, what is about this? But I knew what's up. I knew there's something bothering me. I knew there's some other reflection within me, and it was just like, I know they're not weird and I'm not judgmental, but it's like, what about this is bothering me about this person? And then I realized it's the fact that they get to show up so freely and I don't. That I'm not showing up the way they are, and they get to be that free. And I want to be that free. That was the trigger. That was the reflection. So whenever you have a trigger, it triggers your belief systems. And it'll go down through your emotions, how you feel, the thoughts that you start to have about yourself. Are you worthy? Are you unworthy? Are you not lovable? It'll create the decisions that you take. Let's say I want to start dating people who aren't good for me because I'll just take whatever I can. Decision, that's a decision, and then you take action on it, and then you do, and then the result is horrible relationship again, right? And that just reinforces my belief that Nobody is good to date. All the good ones are taken. Blah, 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 blah. I guess this is a dating video if you're struggling with that. So I challenge you. I want you to start really looking within when you get triggered by stuff that happens. Do not take instant action. Do not even create, the moment you start telling yourself a story that doesn't feel good, literally just recognize the story you're telling yourself that doesn't feel good. And that's when you know you have a belief that's underlying that you are not in alignment with, that is not healthy for you. And then that belief, it's time to change it, because that pain of the constant cycle of that reinforcement is too much. Not another day, not another hour, not another freaking second of living this way, you beautiful soul, because you deserve everything. Okay, you deserve nothing less than a fuck yes. Especially in your relationships, the people, romantic and non-romantic, obviously. And the career, the business, whatever it is, you need, powerful word. You get to be worthy of the life that you truly deserve. And that means, you know what that means? That means you start living with a fuck yes energy. That means that energy of like, yes, you're so excited and you're so in love completely with your life. That's because you've done the work. So when that trigger comes up, and a story comes up that's not good, and you start to buy into it that it's not true, telling you you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not cool enough, all men and women suck, why should I do this, there's already so many people doing this, imposter syndrome. When that comes up, I want you just to look at that story as words across a freaking film screen, as credits playing. And I want you to decide, do I want to identify with the story or not? And if you don't, great. There's something deeper within this where we were hurt in the past that we need to look at. And that's the real work we need to do. Because now we need to start changing our story. And we need to start creating different actions. We need to have a new strategy, because the same repeated cycle over and over and expecting a different result is the definition of freaking insanity. And I know you're not crazy. Alright? I love you very much. So have an alchemizing day. Namaste. Like and subscribe, all that stuff. Peace out. Oh, and let me know in the comments how you do with this new challenge, and let me know what kind of limiting beliefs you might have. I may make a limiting beliefs video pretty soon as well. This is kind of one. Anyway, bye.